Hey guys, welcome back to Coal Country Homestead. If you have seen my canning ugly chicken video, you know that I bought a 40-pound case of chicken for $50 and I decided I needed to go back and get another one. So we are going to preserve it in a different way. We canned all of the chicken the first round or the first case, and that is now sitting nicely on our shelf. And now we are going to do freezer preserving. So I am essentially going to take all of that great chicken that I bought, trim it up, fillet, butterfly, all kinds of different cuts. I am going to leave some plain, and some of it I am going to add some marinades to, and then I am going to vacuum seal that chicken and get it into our freezer. So here's my cabinet of shame of all different kinds of sauces and marinades, store bought, of course, in here. All of my beautiful jars are over there. But I thought I'd bring you along with for my thought and reasoning process as to how I'm doing this. And this is completely off the cuff. I haven't planned anything yet. I literally just opened the cabinet and set up the camera to bring these along with me. So let's see what I can kind of throw together here and figure out. But first, I probably should grab a basket so I can put all this stuff in something. So let me do that. Got my handy little basket here, and I'm just going to load this up with whatever I decide we're going to use. So typically the way that I've had this organized, and I say organized loosely, was like some dressings here, some mustards here, some ketchups here. So this is all going to be revamped come the end of the full pantry challenge that I've been on, and we're going to take it from there. But for today's purposes, let's see what we can find. Ooh, so this is a good one. I'm definitely going to do some Caribbean jerk, and I probably will jerk this up a little bit more, spice it up a little bit more with some dry seasoning, because I don't find this has enough of a kick to our likes. So we'll do that one. So we have some Italian. Um, kind of organizing some of this as I go. Ooh, here's another good one. Some honey mustard. We don't typically use the dressing a lot. I must have bought, typically if I buy something, especially from Aldi, that's like a limited time thing, I'll normally buy two because I always figure if I like it and then I want it again, they won't have it. So we clearly did not use the second one, but this will be good on the chicken. Here's another good one. An apple cider vinaigrette dressing. This will be a great marinade that I can always jazz up and spice it up a little bit differently once I open it if I decide, but it's a good base marinade. If you've watched my channel very long, you know that we love lemon and citrus flavors in our food. So I'm going to do some of this too. Lemon poppy seed vinaigrette dressing marinade. So we have about 40 pounds of chicken. Well, we do have 40 pounds of chicken that I need to do. So I picked 4 marinades so far. I would ideally like to have at least probably 6 or maybe even 7 that I pull out of here. Ooh, this will be a good, yeah, definitely a good base. Creamy sesame dressing. I envision doing like a Oriental inspired kind of like salad with this, or Asian inspired salad with this. I in the past have purchased a lot of salad kits, like the cabbage based salad kits, and I think that this would be a really good chicken. taking some things out of here to use with tonight's dinner. So as you see, we like a lot of variety, and that's how I end up with my cabinet of shame. Never a dull plate in our house. But I would love to hear what some of your favorites are. Let me know in the comments if you have some tried and true marinades or dressings, condiments of any kind that you really love. Please share it. Okay, so this is a definite. So my family loves barbecue chicken nachos, or even like a cheesy barbecue chicken with like rice, or even you could even do it over mac and cheese. We've done that many times, but some barbecue. So we're gonna add that to our marinades. I wish I could ask you questions live right now and say, give me your opinion. Which one should I do? Well, I think it'd be bad if we don't do at least one Italian marinade. So we're going to do some Olive Garden Italian marinade, which, fun fact, both Zachary and I worked for Olive Garden many moons ago in separate locations. But we're going to do some Olive Garden. Okay, so I'm going to call it good. We have 7 marinades to do with our chicken, and I'm just going to grab the stuff that I am using for tonight's pantry meal as well. Trying to think in my head what I have in my fridge right now. In case you're wondering, we're doing taquitos tonight that I previously made up and froze. So some of them I'm going to do with a barbecue ranch drizzle, and some I'm going to do like in a more traditional, sour cream salsa cheese topping. So just grabbing some ingredients for that. And of course, if I'm going to do that, I need some salsa. I think we'll do some jalapeno salsa and some corn salsa on the side. And I have some hot sauces upstairs already. So let's go get to it. All right. So as per usual, I am separating the chicken from like the desirables to the not so desirable pieces, anything like, a little fatty or anything. I have a bowl for the dogs where the fatty, non desirable will go, and a bowl for ours of where we're going to preserve that. I do want to show you last night, Zachary and I sharpened up, or I should say, Zachary really sharpened up our knives. So I want to see how these cut, and I'm going to share that with you. So if you haven't watched the knife sharpener review, I would definitely suggest going to check that out. These are some massive chicken. So let's first start with this one. Oh, that definitely is cutting so much nicer. There's like no resistance. And this knife that I have here, this is just a Pioneer Woman cheapy knife from Walmart. Well, not that anything's cheap anymore, but it's not a high-end, I should say, knife. Just right through. That's super nice. Okay, and then I'm also going to do my Tupperware knife. This is my favorite knife that I have. Once upon a time, I was a Tupperware consultant, so that also cut through really nice. Now, some would definitely say that this isn't even a necessary step. I mean, everyone has their preferences. My family texturally doesn't like any of the like fattier um, or kind of like gristly, I would almost say. So I take the extra time to trim up the chicken and cut it into the pieces that we like. And then from there, anything extra the dogs enjoy. So there's no waste. Switch back to this one and see how this does. Yeah, they really are cutting so much nicer. I would definitely still say that these are not like new knives, and they also are not, neither one of them truly is a high-end knife. I mean, I like my Tupperware knife, but not a high-end knife. But huge improvement on how it's cutting. Feel like I'm barely applying any type of pressure to do this. And really, as you see, I'm not cutting these into any like uniform size. I'm more concerned about thickness. We don't like a real thick piece of chicken. And most of the time, I make our chicken grilled, especially if it's marinated, even like stovetop grilled. So that's why I am cutting it as I am. So I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me cut all of these. I'm going to bring you back after these are all sliced up. And then from there, we will get them bagged up and in their marinades. So this is our vacuum sealer. We use the Cabela's Pro Series 15-inch vacuum sealer. What I love about this is like when we go camping, if we're out on the road fishing, we can actually take this in the truck with us and plug it right into our power outlet in the truck and vacuum seal anything that we catch and we want to throw in the cooler right away. We have the ability to do this on the road. So that's why we purchased this one. Um, this one in particular, and I do keep it stored in the box, not that you have to do that, but I find that, having a pantry in the basement, it keeps it not dusty. So this is a big one. So this is what it looks like. The inside here, there actually is roll that you can cut to size, what you need. But I currently prefer using the bags, but that is an option there. Now this one also came with a carrying bag, but it also came with these little fluid blockers to be able to seal with the liquids and to not have the liquids go everywhere. So that's what these are. So let's get to it. Oh, important too. These little guys, I love these guys. So you can use these with Ziploc bags, with the vacuum seal bags, any of that. It keeps your bag upright as you're filling. It makes it so much easier when you're prepping meals or meat like this. So let me tell you something about these that I just learned because I've never used these before in the vacuum sealer. I've just vacuum sealed it without having liquids come out. But apparently these actually go in the bag, the package. So I have a total of 4 here. Like, what's that going to do? So I won't be using these. But they do sell extra of these, but we're gonna do it without them because I think most people aren't going to invest in 100 of these when they're packing stuff. So let's see how it works. Okay. I see you too. All right, so it's time to pause. Gotta get everyone fed. Dinner's just about ready. So here is basically what this looks like. These are sealed. This one's not labeled yet, but here, this one's a better representation. So I labeled it chunk, what kind of marinade it is, and then I like these Cabela's bags because you can actually like mark, the month, the day, and the year if you'd like on it. It's right there for you. Just check it off. But I did take some of the air out of these, and that's typically what I've done in the past when I vacuum seal something with liquid. I just thought I would try those other things out this time, but not so fond of that. So we have it in our marinade and sealed. And I honestly, it's probably not a bad thing that I wasn't able to truly vacuum seal these, because when you vacuum seal it, all kinds of like clumps together. And this, I can lay it flat in the freezer and stack them on top of each other, so it takes up less space and it's easier then to see, what I have for this. So we have our creamy sesame PF Chang marinade. This smells so good. I can't wait to have this. We have our Caribbean jerk, our thin sliced Italian marinated, and then I did some chunks in pickle juice because I want to turn these into like a mock boneless wing kind of thing, and I think that that will be a really good marinade. So I'm going to get these in the freezer. I'm going to put that chicken in the fridge for a few minutes, and I'm going to get everyone fed. So I'll bring you back after I have it all. So our meal this night was our pork taquitos. This is my panini that I shred up with some cheese, cream cheese, some ranch seasoning, and then it's wrapped in a flour tortilla and frozen, and then you can take it out for a quick meal. I did a drizzle of ranch, barbecue, and cheddar on the left there. On the right, we have our hot sauce, cheese, and salsa verde with some sour cream on the side as an option. Our always good cowboy candy, jalapeno salsa, canned over the summer. Looks so good. As well as some corn salsa and some pickled onions. This was a quick, easy pantry meal that I was able to do while prepping future meals. So one tip I want to give all of you when you're vacuum sealing anything with liquid in it is that you do at least 2 seals. So let it do its round of sealing, hit seal again, and then sometimes if it has a lot of liquid like these do, I even go back and put a second layer of seal either below or above where I did that first seal, just to be extra sure that we're not going to have any leaks whatsoever. Well, there you have it. It took me about 2 hours total of work time between cutting up all the chicken, bagging everything up, figuring out what marinades I wanted. Of course, this was in between feeding the family, making dinner, all of that extra stuff that comes into it. So it, in reality, is like 3.5 hours later, but it is now done. And I have lemon poppy. It's hard to see. I'm trying to get you a good angle here. We have, there we go, lemon poppy garlic pesto. We have our black garlic vinaigrette, apple cider and Kinder's all-purpose seasoning. We have some Nashville hot, and I put in there some of my brine from my peppers, so I think that's going to be nice and spicy. We have some Texas sweet and smoky barbecue, some Newman's Italian, and some honey mustard in addition to the ones that I already took out to the freezer. So we have at least 10 full hearty protein meals for our family of 6. And I'll be able to just take these out of the freezer, defrost them, throw it under the broiler or throw it on the grill, and whip up a side, and there's our meal. So this is my kind of version of how freezer meals work for us, is just like this. I can create the meal as I go. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you got something good out of this, and I'll see you next time.